The hardest thing would probably be, there's not many hard things around here because we get to Uber Eats from everywhere around here. But the hardest thing for me would be we're in the Auckland Central, we're Auckland CBD right now, so we're not close enough to South Auckland. And South Auckland's got Binakis, they got Limbs, they got all the takeaways. I can't Uber Eats from those guys all the way out there, so that would be the hardest thing right now because you can't get any good island food all the way out here in the city. So yeah, that's it.
Hey Liam, so who was the fastest in the team? We'll probably have to say probably Caleb Clark. He's pretty fast, mate. He's got massive legs, so he generates plenty of power, mate. So yeah, he'd be the fastest in the team.
Hey Zoe, my pre-game ritual, the things that like I kind of always do is like before a game I always have a cold shower, just to wake myself up from a nap or something. And also I can't go out with my music. I love listening to my worship music, gets me in a good mood. So yeah, cold shower and my worship music.
Best goal from the team would have to be one of the Barrett boys, Geordie or Bodie. They usually take it out when we play.
Was becoming an All Black a childhood dream of mine? No, actually. I played league when I was younger, and my goal or dream back then was always to play for the Kiwis. It wasn't until I went to high school I started playing rugby, and things sort of changed for me then.
Who was the best dancer in the team? There's a few, Ari, Ngani and Richie Mo. They're all on TikTok, so you guys can give them a follow if you want. But probably have to give it to Severis. He's quite good.
Hardest person I've ever had to tackle would have to be a small man. There's a lot of big boys going around World Rugby, but the hardest person from memory is Chislin Colby. He's incredibly agile, he's fast, he's strong, and when you think you've got him, you don't. He just steps you and he can move on a dime. So Chislin Colby is the hardest person I've ever had to try and tackle.
Where is your favourite place to play apart from New Zealand? And I would have to say South Africa, a country that just loves footy, so passionate about the game, and the weather over there is always awesome. And when we play over there, we have such great support. So,
were you nervous on your international debut to do the haka? To be honest, I was probably more excited to really get out there and do it. Probably performed it a couple of times in front of the TV as a kid, and yeah, I know I talked to TJ before the game, and he said, you know, if you muck up, just keep going, go hard, and that gave me some good confidence to go out there and do it.
In my opinion, the greatest rugby player of all time would have to be Dan Carter. His all-round game, run, kick, pass, tackle, and just the influence he had on the game. Yeah.
Oh, honestly, that's a tough question, because if you had to ask any of the boys in the team that same question, they'll probably back themselves. So, you know, it's very tough. And especially when, they all do have great feet, good side steps, the backs, the forwards, even our front rows as well, the likes of Colsey. You see most of the time running down the sideline, sidestepping his way through. But yeah, you let us know who you think's got the best sidestep in the team, and that'll be our answer.
Yeah, probably the hardest player I've ever played against would probably have to be David Pocock from Australia. Just a really great player, great competitor, strong over the ball, and just someone who would keep going to the final whistle. So yeah, a lot of respect for David, but a really tough player.
Hey, just a question from Jamison Bonnie. First person you want to see when you leave quarantine? My boy Isaiah. I know he's been a bit of a handful the past 7 weeks, but looking forward to getting home and changing some nappies. Cheers.
Thanks for the question, Norman. If there's one past All Black that I could play a game with, would have to be Jonah Lomu. Wouldn't have to do too much, just give him the ball and watch him run over people and just back up and support. So yeah, Jonah Lomu.
who was the best gamer in the All Blacks? That is a really tough question. I don't know if I can name one person, but there are a few honourable mentions, starting with the Call of Duty Warzone players such as Hoskins, Rico, Aaron, Akira. You got the Fortnite players such as Nani and Asafo, and a few more I think, and you got the guys that play Call of Duty multiplayer, the likes of myself, George Bauer, Sevu and Will Jordan. But they're all pretty good gamers. The one that sort of has the most hype around him would have to be Rico Ioane. He's one that's dabbled across Fortnite and Warzone and seems to be really, really good.
Best game I've ever played. That's a tough one, mate. Probably the best game I've ever been a part of was the 2015 final for the Rugby World Cup. Yeah, just something that not many people get to experience, and obviously being a part of it and winning it was just such a special feeling to win the trophy and play with some absolute legends of the game, and get to touch the trophy and do something for our country was pretty awesome, mate. So that was probably one of the best games to be involved with. It was pretty special.
My most favourite moment of 2020 would have to be going back and playing Mitre 10 Cup for the mighty Waikato. I hadn't played for them for 5 years, and going back and playing provincial rugby is a lot of fun, and it reminds you what it's all about.
Who doesn't love a good snack? What I've been enjoying in quarantine lately? Bit of Canterbury biltong. What does it say here? High in protein, no MSG, free range, not bad.
So the funniest thing in the team and why? I couldn't answer that, Like, I gotta be honest. Every single one of the boys, they got their days, whether they're funny or not. But every single one of the boys, they have their days, and I just get a good laugh out of every single one of them, because depending on what day it is and how they're feeling and whatever's going on with them, they give me a good laugh. So pretty much everyone is a pretty funny dude in here. But if I had to put it to one guy, I'll put Shannon Frizzell up there, just because, you know, I don't know, you got to go ask that guy yourself. So yeah, Shannon Frizzell is pretty funny.
What was it like to get named in the All Blacks for the first time? Yeah, it was two really special moments actually. The first one, getting named in the squad when I was down in Timaru with my family, that was a really nice surprise, and to share that moment with those guys was pretty awesome. And then the second time was actually getting named in the team to play against Australia, because I mean, you're not officially an All Black until you actually get on the field. So to get on the field and to wear the black jersey, even though it was for a short amount of time, it was awesome, and it was a great moment for me and my family.
If I could play in any era for the All Blacks, what would it be? For me, I think it'd probably be like the 80s or 90s. They still played a pretty good brand of rugby, but I used to love seeing the rucking. We don't really see that anymore, so yeah, I think it'd be that era, and get the feet going again.
No plans to move to the wing. I know I spent a bit of time out there, but no, I love it on the front row, mate. It's the best place to be, right in the thick of the action, and it's love it there. And I suppose I get a bit of both worlds, attacking in the wide channel. So yeah, happy to stay at hooker.
My favourite music I like to work out to is anything up tempo, Net Sky, Wilkinson, Sub Focus, Lee Matthews, to get me up for the gym. I love that up tempo stuff, and sort of reminds me of being at a festival, and that's what gets me through those tough sessions.
Yeah, so the question was, what can improve scrummaging? I would probably have to say scrummaging. So make sure you're doing as much scrummaging as you can. The more reps you get, the more you learn. The more you get like pumped, the more you learn. So I got pumped plenty of times in France when I was over there. So the more experience you get, the more better you get. So yeah, just get all the reps you can, and yeah, that's it.
Hey Alexandra, best piece of advice for aspiring female rugby player would be just to, one, have fun, enjoy yourself, keep enjoying yourself, and always make sure you're always having fun. And two, the cliche, always work hard, keep working hard, always look at ways to grow. And probably three, follow like our amazing athletes, our female athletes that we have in this country, or rugby players that we have in this country, like the Portia Woodmans, who just won Player of the Decade and Sevens Player of the Decade. So look at what they're doing, they get up to, and watch them and see what you can do and take out of that. But yeah, always have fun and work hard. Peace.